My first job was shining shoes. The shoe shine was 15 cents, so I got a dime, and I gave the guy that owns the shoe shine stand of nickels. I got fired. That was the only time I've been fired from a job. The owner asked me if I'd sweep the floor, and I told him that I didn't sweep floors. He says, "You sure don't. You get your stuff and get right out of here." And so I got fired. I said, "Am I fired?" He says, "Yes, you're fired." So I got my little stuff, and I went down the street and went to a barber shop. And I walked in. I says, "You need someone to clean up?" And the guy says, "Yeah, come on in, come on in." And so I went in, and when he got finished, he was showing me what to do. But the worst job of all, you know what a spittoon is? Okay. Splash all over the wall and on the floor. And then I had to clean the spittoon. Now, check this out. I wouldn't sweep a floor, but now I'm cleaning spittoons, The colonel called me in and says, "Paul, we'd like to send you to Spokane, Washington." And I thought, right, all I heard was Washington. And I ran back to the barracks and said, "Hey, fellas, I'm going to Washington, I'm going to D.C. They say, "What Air Force Base?" I says, "Fairchild Air Force Base." One of the guys says, "That's up in near Seattle." So I got a map, and I looked, and here I was. I think I'm going to be way over here, and I'm way up there. Before my son was born, I needed a job because you got to have money. Baby's coming. I went to the Davenport Hotel. I saw an ad in the paper. It said busboy. So I went down and applied, and he says, "The job's already taken." So next week, the ad was still in there. I went back, and the third time I went back, he said, "You really want to work?" I said, "Man, I got to work. I got a baby coming. He said, "Well, I can't give you a job busting dishes, but I can give you a job washing dishes." I says, "I'll take it." So I get off at 5 o'clock on the air base, and I go right straight to town. By 6 o'clock, I was back there. Man, dishes piled everywhere, and I'm watching. I kept watching him come by. His name was Jack London. Dishes, man, flying, smoke, steam. So he came one day, he says, "You know what, Paul, I had a busboy quit, and I fired the other one. Can you do the work of two people?" I says, "I can." He says, "You sure?" I said, "Sure I can. I want to get out of that kitchen." So then in 1955, they got ready to remodel the dining room. They say, "Well, Paul, we want you to be the wine steward." I said, "What's that?" He said, "Well, you'd be the one that serves wine at the tables." I said, "I don't know anything about wine." They said, "We got Mr. Warner. He's going to come and teach you about wine." So he was from the California Wine Institute. So he came in and showed me how to serve wine, showed me the different wines, what to say when you're presenting the wine to the customer and everything. And that was a gold mine. That was a gold mine. Had some white gloves I would put on, and everybody be watching. I put them on one at a time, Then take the bottle and present it to the guest. They okay it. Then you open it, and I got this little opener. You take it, you flip it open, you go down, get it out. You take the wine, you pour a little in, and you sip it and roll it around. "Mr. Jones, you're going to love this wine. It has the fragrance and all of that. Then you pour him a little bit of wine. "That's very good, Paul. Go ahead and serve my guest." And then you go to the next table. You go to the next table. You go back and fill them again. "Mr. Jones, would you like another bottle of wine?" "Yeah, bring another bottle of wine." And it just worked perfect. Now that's when the tips really started to come. I'd walk out with $30, $40, $50 some night just in tips. We're talking about 1955. And I'm walking. Then I made the fatal mistake. Got enough money, went and bought me a Cadillac. The tips stopped.